Rob and Slim Show, we are back with erotica author and podcaster Ruan Willow. Ruan, you there? Hey, how you doing?
I am. I'm doing amazing. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly clear.
Perfect. How are you tonight?
Awesome. I'm doing amazing. How are you both doing?
Pretty good. How long have you been writing erotica?
I started in about, 2019 is really when I started. I started my Twitter account. That's actually how I first started before I even did anything else. So I write in other genres as well, but erotica was 2019.
That's what I was going to ask. And yeah, I didn't know if we were allowed to ask that because I know with authors they use different pen names and all.
Right. Yeah, I won't say my real name, but yeah, I do write in other genres. So yeah, I absolutely do. And so erotica is my latest addition for a genre.
Is it one of your favorites? Like, is it something you maybe thought you weren't going to be good at, but then were? Like, how did that work?
Well, no, I definitely love doing it. And one of the genres I do write in, which I guess I can say is romance under my real name. So, writing about erotica from romance isn't much of a step. It's just like the next step to fucking. So, it's not that much different. Honestly, it's just the next stage.
So it's like Cinemax to Pornhub. Like, that's... Nice.
Right. I mean, it's all connected.
I'm curious because I know Rob kind of writes comedy and stuff for like this. Because not kind of, he does. He writes really funny shit, and he has said like, I know it's good if I'm laughing at it. So like with erotica, do you know it's good if it's turning you on?
Yeah, like that's I had that in my questions too. Do you ever have to stop writing and just rub one out?
Oh, hell yes. Let's put it this way. If you're not turning your own self on, then you suck. I mean, the point of erotica is to move people, to turn them on, to move them to places where they can come. I mean, that's the whole point of it. It's to feel things. And if you don't feel it yourself, I think you kind of suck.
Yeah, you're just
in a bad way.
That's true. You can suck in a good way or a bad way in that field. I feel in that line.
Absolutely.
And what are some of your favorite books that you've written?
Well, let's see. The one I just released is a woman loving woman book. It's an age gap erotic romance, professor and college student. So I think right now that's probably my favorite. I really did a lot of exploration in that book, and the older woman is a professor. She's like super, super nerdy, but she's very, she kind of does this like transformation in the book, and she becomes the dom. And she's also sort of very klutzy at the same time. So it's an interesting dynamic, and they figure out how to make themselves work. But it was fun to write. Nice. I love to write across multiple different areas of erotica, male and female, multiple partner, obviously female.
Nice.
All across the board, I'd say.
I was talking to some even, like he mentioned before the show, the comedy skit that I write for the show. Sometimes I'll have, like this last week, I had like 5 points. And I maybe hit on 2 of them, and then it went a whole different direction. Do you find that when you write, sometimes it will take a whole different direction and you just go with it. You just go with it.
Yeah, definitely. I usually have some sort of a skeleton or outline that I start from. But yeah, that definitely happens, especially when the characters take on a mind of their own and kind of you have to go there because of the way the characters are. And I think when it's like that, I feel like the characters are more alive and more realistic. And when the characters drive it, it's like, okay, this has to happen. There's no way this can't not happen.
Nice. And I was going to ask too, what has been one of the most challenging, either books or characters you've done?
It's challenging. Okay, probably writing this one was probably a challenge for me because I'm not a nerdy dom, so it's a little bit of a challenge to get the brain to go there. But boy, damn, was it fun! And a lot of people actually love her character the most, which I find highly interesting.
Oh, that's cool. I was going to say, I don't know. I was thinking about a TV evangelist maybe in a story who put out an inspirational cube. Old Josty,
Yeah.
maybe? I don't know. Maybe you can go.
Erotica goes all over the place. I have a friend who writes, like nuns, stories about nuns fucking and stuff like that. That's pretty damn crazy.
I mean, I've seen
He goes there.
porns. I've seen porns like that, so
Wear the costume or the nun costume or the priest costume.
yeah.
Oh.
The lesbian nun porns are cool.
Yeah. Let's be nuns. Let's be nuns.
Lots of crazy stuff out there. You can find just about anything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a fetish out there. If you can dream it up, there's probably someone out there that has a fetish about it.
Yeah, absolutely. How often do you release a new book, too, Ruan?
I've been trying lately to do one, about one or two, one a month or every other month. I've been trying to do that lately. And I also started writing for Medium. Medium is a great platform, and I'm really loving writing for Medium as well. And I'm in several publications on there as well. So it's a great place for erotica, I tell you.
Are you self-published, or do you go through a publisher?
With erotica, I have done my own because, oh my gosh, they are so picky. You would not believe how picky publishers are for erotica. You can't have too much. You can't have too much of this. You can't have too much of that. You can't do this. You can't do that. It is like, almost like you feel like your creativity is stripped away because you're having to fit in all their little narrow curves and turns and this and that. And
Yeah.
it almost just, I don't know, almost kind of ruins it,
Yeah.
So most erotica authors, I find, do tend to self-publish for that very reason.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That would
There's
be
so many censors out there,
Yeah.
They just censor everything. Like, oh, that's too much sex. Oh, that's not, that's not enough romance. That's not enough blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, no, I don't think you'd want more romance and that kind of thing. I was going to ask, too, how does it go with the covers? Like, I feel like all romance novel covers have to have a guy with a 6 or an 8 pack. How does that go? Like, how do you find that guy? Yeah, I'm not that guy. Slim's not that guy. I don't think.
I can Photoshop some abs onto myself.
I've seen them all across the board. I mean, a lot of people now also, you can pay someone to make your cover. You can do it yourself. It's just really the way it's set up right now where everybody can self-publish. It's really opened up a giant arena for people to do what they want, and it's really kind of amazing to watch that people can just do what they want, and it's not restricted, it's not censored. I mean, you have to fit within, Amazon standards. You can't put, a naked cover, you know what I mean? Like, it has to fit their standards, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I was going to ask, too, Ruan, would you be able to read us an excerpt from one of your books?
Oh, yeah. Cool. I have a story that I could read from. It's a threesome story.
Threesome.
And it's a couple, and the couple has not done a threesome yet, and their neighbor is the one who's going to join them, and he's not done a threesome either. So all three of them are versions of threesome.
Okay. Nice.
So when you're ready, I'll mute the mics and pull my dick out. I mean, mute the mics. Just
yeah.
I totally get it. Okay. Okay. So I am ready anytime.
All right. I'm gonna hit the mics right now. Then.
Okay. This is wife's first threesome and his too. So all of them are versions of threesomes. The story contains mild BDSM, daddy-daughter roleplay, and cheating. So the couple, I wrote the story so that the person who's reading it is addressed as you. So the reader can put themselves into the story more appropriately and more adequately and more thoroughly. And so Aaron is the neighbor who is going to come over, and he is not getting any sex from his wife. So he's sneaking over, and he's going to join this couple to have sex. Okay, their very first threesome. You whistle as I walk in the room. Damn, you look hot as fuck. You are giving me a raging boner. Good call on the lipstick. I want that smeared on my cock. You better go get it and bring it down here. I'm guessing Aaron is in deep need of getting some head with a smear of lipstick, if you are willing, that is. Oh, I already planned on giving his cock some mouth hugs. I bite my lower lip and stick out my tongue, biting it as I pause to stride across the living room. You reach for my ass and I shake my finger at you. My ass needs a momentary break, lover. I raise an eyebrow at you as you pout, then cross your arms across your chest. Oh, I suppose I can wait. I hustle up the stairs to retrieve the lipstick, and as I turn to leave the room, I get a fun idea. I grab our box of sex toys because who knows what Aaron might like to try. He may have never even tried some of these toys. If Melissa is such a giant vanilla prude, I need to sex him up right. I carry the box down the stairs and meet your chuckling face. Ambitious, aren't you? A threesome and sex toys? Well, I was thinking that maybe Aaron hasn't tried some of these and might like the chance too, since his wife is a celibate vanilla ice queen who doesn't share her fun cherries with her pussycat. You crack up. Wow, you aren't generous at all. Oh, I can't even imagine going that long without sex, can you? So sad. I shake my head. Have sex with your partner now because from what Pastor used to say, we don't want sex when we are dead, so fuck now. You laugh. Your pastor used to say that? Laugh my ass off. I want to go to his church. No, not exactly. I added the last part. I give you a giant smirk. You saucy kitten, I love you. Your eyes twinkle with joy and lust. I wrinkle my nose, which makes my eyes scrunch closed a bit. I now have a naughty brain syndrome. And you keep delightfully surprising me. You're like a deep well of never-ending fun gifts. Oh, you have no idea, I whistle. My clit zings a jolt and my nipples harden as I turn and see Aaron smiling through the long glass window beside the door. I smirk because his boner is already pushing out his pants. God, this is going to be a hot rendezvous. Nothing better than a boner delivery. You turn and give me an amused look. My pussy drools and my mouth drops open. This is a dream come true for me. This will be perfectly naughty, evil, sexy, yummy, exhilarating, and scary as fuck. The words jumble about like pebbles in a jar, and memorable, no doubt about that at all. We open the door and Aaron enters. We both shake hands. Hey, come in, you say. Thanks, Aaron says with the biggest grin on his face. We appreciate your interest. You close the door behind him. I appreciate you guys asking me. I'm beyond thrilled. Have to be very careful, though. Got you covered, dude. You are helping me with the dresser right now. Maybe even tell Melissa that so it's not an awkward secret. You've got that right. Aaron's eyes pierce me with want, and I shiver like nails bouncing on the tile floor. Both of their eyes are on me, direct and fierce, like they want to hunt the shit out of me. I bite my lip. How about we start with the day drink? My skin tingles all over and butterflies jackknife in my gut. I could use one to loosen up. Aaron agrees. Oh, I'd love a beer. Mike? I ask. You say. I'll take a beer too. Thank you, you beautiful lover. My heart is beating like a train speeding down a hill, my blood surging around my body so fast, my clit literally throbbing. I squeeze my thighs together to squish my clit and sigh. Yummy sigh, Amanda, Aaron says. She does the thigh squeeze all the time. One of the things I love about her. She's basically a nympho. Aaron looks at me with alarm on his face. I almost spit out my mouthful of wine, but managed to get it down my throat in time before that happened. Oh, he's not wrong. My wife would be pissed at me if I ever said that. But then again, I would never say it because she's not even remotely a nympho. Aaron takes a sip of his beer, then another, then another. Ooh, that tastes really good. Day drinking at my house is a big no-no, too. Damn, did she let you have any fun at all? I give him sad puppy dog eyes. Every once in a while. I rub his thigh. Who would you like to touch you? You. Does she at least suck your cock from time to time? He shakes his head and bites his lip. Nope. I haven't had that in probably 10 years. Fuck no! All right. This is happening right now. I'm giving you a blowjob. I take a giant gulp of my wine and hand it to you. You place it on the TV tray next to the couch with a grin. You game? Oh, I'm game. Yes, but I'm going to tap you on the head when I need you to stop. This might make me explode a bit quickly, and I don't want that to happen. Me neither. So just let me know and I'll come off of you. I pull my dress over my head and push the bodice off my breast to expose them for him. My large breasts bounce as I move into position. His eyes go big and round. His mouth spreads into a grin. Nice. Very nice. Beautiful. He licks his lips and raises his left eyebrow. Unbelievable fucking nipples. He glances at you and smirks as you grin back. Thank you. My heart pounds as my nipples harden. I'm actually really excited to blow you since you haven't had it in so long. I kneel, walk up to him, and he blows out a giant sigh. You haven't even touched him yet. Oh, poor man. I reach for his zipper and unzip his pants. He leans his head back against the couch after taking another swig of beer. A beer and a blowjob? I think I'm in heaven. Nope, not possible. Man, his pastor said we don't want sex when we're in heaven. Wait, this is heaven on earth then. Aaron touches my cheek so gently I almost cry. Because you are an angel. I cover his hands with mine and stroke him. I lean down towards his cock, the head of which is peeking out. The waistband of his underwear with a bulb of pre-cum has birthed itself on top. It's like a baby cherry. I lick it off and he gasps. Oh, fuck, he says. His chest curves in a recoil into the back of the couch as I lick his cockhead again. Fuck, even that feels amazing. He touches my hair and gently strokes my scalp. I smile up at him, making full eye contact, and push the waistband of his underwear down to expose his full, swollen cockhead. I take him into my mouth, fully surrounding the very blood-packed head of his penis, while the hard seal of my mouth. I push down his underwear to expose his veiny, hard shaft. I glance over at you, and that grin on your face shows me you are proud of me for giving Aaron this sexual gift. It makes me feel good and so free to do a good job and enjoy myself. I soften my face and smile at you, and then return my gaze to Aaron's eyes. Are you guys back?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to stop, but I was like, oh my God, I don't know how much more I can take. Wow.
Can you say cockhead like 4 more
Probably
times?
Yeah. Like, definitely, I'll leave you.
Shifted a little bit more towards the action.
The voices are so good. Like,
Yeah,
I
they're
love
cool.
it. I love it. I love it. It's so good. It's so
Well,
good.
thank you.
Thank you.
Both-
I've been having a lot of fun with my voice. Yeah.
Both your voice and your man voice have turned me on.
Yeah. I don't know what.
I love that.
I'm beginning to question my sexuality.
Oh my God.
I love that. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to develop my man voice. It's kind of a challenge, but
Super good.
I'm trying. I kind of get kind of hoarse when I do it, but I'm trying.
I don't want to hurt the voice. Also though, Ruan, you have the podcast. Oh fuck yeah, with Ruan Willow, and I feel like you do so much. You do for anything from reading excerpts of your books to sex tips to interviews. What is your favorite aspect of your show?
Oh, geez, that is really hard to pick. I have just loved everything about it. I love doing the interviews. I love talking to authors. I love reading erotica. I even love doing a thing where I just sit down and I just create an erotic story off the top of my head and just ad hoc ad lib erotica. I don't think I can pick one. They're all just so much damn fun in so many different ways, and I love being able to do all of them on my podcast.
That's cool. I love the like you said, the just on the spur of the moment type of thing. That's cool. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's really fun. A lot of them I've been calling in the sexual bucket list series. I think I've done 7 of them now, but I think I've done 7 of them in that series. And yeah, I literally sit down. I do end up editing it, but for the most part, I don't edit out very much. It's just I might like repeat myself, like he said, and then I'll cut out one of the he says. But for the main storyline, I literally can just sit down and spin it off the top of my head. I'm somebody that I do it for commissions, and I just absolutely loved what I do. And
That's what I was going to ask.
Doing it on the podcast
if
too.
you do anything for other people as well, because you do it so well. You do it so well.
It's so much fun. I have so much fun.
I just love that our first interaction. We followed each other, and I was like, "Would you come on our show?" And you were like, "Anytime." I was like, "All right, I got this time." And you were like, "Yes." It was just such an amazing interaction.
Oh, absolutely. I'm up for it anytime.
Cool. That's the best thing to be.
Absolutely.
Could you tell us what your next episode is going to be?
Well, I have a really fun one coming up. This one, I'm going to create a little story. So there's another thing I do is sometimes people will put in requests to me for a story. And this one is someone requested me, so that they gave me a little bit of a skeleton of a story, and they want me to flesh it out into a longer one. And it's about a couple that has alley sex. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be Friday's podcast. So I haven't even written it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to write it tomorrow, and then I'm going to record it, and it's going to be live on the podcast on Friday. So it's a couple that they fuck in the alley with.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm pretty excited about it. I love doing that kind of thing. I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, will you write a story about this? Will you write a story about that? And I really love to do that kind of thing because it's just really fun, and it really satisfies somebody's urge, and it's just, it kind of, for me, it's kind of fun because it gives me a little bit of a guide, but then I can also be very creative with it because it's kind of like they give me this skeleton story idea, and then I just flesh it all out into a full story.
That's cool. I was going to ask, too, does it excite you to know that you're exciting somebody else?
Oh, hell yes. Absolutely. In fact, the story I just did with the getting head at work, that was actually a dream that a fan had. And he approached me and said, this was my dream. Will you make this into a story? And so I did, and I read it on the podcast, and I published it to Medium, and it's been doing pretty well. People really like it. It's getting head at work. It's a very sexy story, so
Yes.
Yeah, it was fun.
Your question,
I
sir?
was gonna say, have you ever gotten one that you had to turn down, or like maybe you were like, I'm probably just gonna call the police?
No, I haven't done that, but I do have some on my list that I want to get to that I haven't yet, because I've had people say, will you write this, will you write that, and I just keep adding it to my list, so, I'll never run out of content, because my list is so giant. But that's not a bad thing at all.
No, that's not a bad thing at all. Ruan, we have to wrap this up, and I don't want to, but I don't want to wrap it up. I want to go raw dog, but where can everybody find you and your awesome podcast?
Well, my podcast is on many podcast apps: Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Jesus, on so many, Verbal, Amazon, just so many places. And then I have a website, which is ruanwillowauthor.com. I'm also on Medium. I have a story on Erotica. I'm on Twitter and Facebook. And, oh gosh, I'm just like everywhere. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, share some, Fansly, Pinterest, Tumblr, Facebook, Patreon. I also do narrate audiobooks, erotic audiobooks. I have about, I think, maybe 15 erotic audiobooks out and more coming. I'm narrating my latest book, Magic and Her Kisses, with the porn star Leilani Lay. So she is going to be the older professor in the story, and I'm the narrator, and I will be the younger woman in the story. And we also did Passion to Seduce together. So her and I have been doing narrating together. It's been really fun. It's
Nice.
been really fun.
Nice. And I want to say, too, before we wrap it up, it's Ruan, R-U-A-N.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
R-U-A-N and then Willow.
W-I-L-L-O. Thank you, Ruan. It's been a blast.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me. This was really fun.
No problem. Thanks for coming on. We will, when this goes up, I will send you all the links to the show and the interview.
Awesome. Perfect.
All
All
right.
right, have a good night.
Have a good one.
You too.
We will.